Alright, what's up everybody? This is Zacharias. We are back with more of Geneforge 1 Mutagen. Let's go ahead and continue. We're in the central lab still, gonna go ahead and explore all of it. Then we can worry about the upper area we found earlier. I just need this fully cleared out for me, so... Fly Wizard. Dang, we have a bunch of wizards in this area. Okay. Live Mage, Live Researcher. And we also leveled up from that. So I don't know when we'll have an opportunity to actually do anything, though. Okay, there we go. Now let's train. I have 156 essence right now. Did I just go ahead and boost that up, or... I do want to have a third strong creation summon. Now let's just focus on my cheaper skills right now. Okay, I think that's fine now. Throw rod to shut off the power. And I guess next level up we'll focus on more magic. Our healing craft is really good. Okay, got an essence pod right down here. Major healing pod, another pod. Oh, that's a battle pod, okay. I like how that guy was like an intruder, then he walked right past me. Front gate. But we'll still stay in Central Labs for now. For Shannon. Warded robe. Well, that's good, but we have a better robe already. Shining shield. Girdle of endurance. That's like the stuff I have already. This control panel has several wooden knobs and buttons on it. Two protrudes from it, pointing at the shaping platform. There is also an eyepiece. You look through it, but you see nothing but darkness. The knobs and buttons don't do anything. You look through the eyepiece and see a blur. You fiddle with the knobs and buttons. When you do, something astonishing happens. Your view zooms in on the dead survival's hand, then it moves closer so that you can see tiny details of the skin. Then, using some sort of unfamiliar optical magic, it zooms in much farther. You watch, son, as the tiniest, most imperceptible details become clear to you, and then you see it. It looks like a pair of scrolls, amazingly long, spiraling in the darkness. The scrolls are twisted around each other, but instead of writing on paper, the scrolls are the messages themselves, a long message in an unfamiliar language, and an alphabet of only 4 letters. As you concentrate on one section, you focus your attention. With a single directed thought, you change one of the letters, then another. If you wanted, you could completely inspect and rewrite the scrolls in the survival. Fine, late dizzy, you step away. That was strange and marvelous, and yet you had never learned anything of it before. Why hadn't the Shapers taught you about it? Interesting. Did it boost up stats or something? I like how the guard still isn't like attacking everything. This laboratory was one, if not the only, of the places where the augmentation canisters were made. Here, crystal tubes were carefully shaped, filled with hot, charged living material, and magically sealed. The Shalai have been busily, you might say desperately, working to figure out how to make more of the canisters. Their feverish work has not yet been successful. Oh, man, too bad I can't get all 3 of them. the distance, you hear someone shouting alarm. Heck, open there. This is an old Shaper journal, fortunately still intact and legible. It's been dusted off. The Shalai have been trying to study it. You sample one interesting section. The most exciting discovery on Sucia Island by far is the gene. Before our shaping, while powerful, was crude guesswork. We would bombard a being with magic. We knew from centuries of hard experience the sort of energies which would cause certain sorts of changes in certain sort of beings. However, the results were unpredictable. No longer will we shaped by guesswork. Now, with the aid of our seeing devices, we'll be able to change creatures precisely. We can decide exactly what we want and create it. Surely this will begin a new age. Everything will be different and better. You sample one interesting section. The Geneforge is the greatest accumulation of our work on Sucia Island. With great effort, we have used our guile and magic to create new structures of life and place them in ourselves. The Geneforge is a cumulative combination of all of those messages and discoveries commonly woven together so that they support and increase the others. The Geneforge contains the essence of the perfect total being. When the first of our kind uses the Geneforge, they will become the perfect shaper, flawless and powerful, a warrior for justice and stability. Before this can happen, however, preparation must take place. The next few pages have been torn out. Oh, now you want to fight? Get out of here. In years past, shaping only was done when a being was created. For humane reasons, living creatures were never shaped. The results were too unpredictable and dangerous. Now, with knowledge of the gene and the precise places where the instructions of life are stored, we are able, at last, to make already living beings. It is not possible to give knowledge. That can only be gained with hard experience. But we can change the body using our magic and craft right into the gene new abilities. We can also hone the abilities already there. Of course, care must be taken to ensure that our powers and secrets remain ours alone. If mere outsiders were able to obtain our powers in an instant, where would we be? Great block. Oh, dang, that actually made me jump. Alright, let me go back and make my creations again. Yeah, that actually startled the heck out of me. Go ahead and do this. Battle beta. Why don't we switch it up and do a lock? We have 20 essence to work with there. Well, considering that I killed most people here, I mean, does it really matter? Ooh man, I do a lot of damage with that firebolt now, that's for sure. These chambers, dug out of solid rock and normally well defended, are where the more difficult and experimental shapings, generally of completely new sorts of creatures, take place. You smell decay and something else, something fresh and unfamiliar. So Shalai have been active here recently. I can't. Oh, okay. Alcatraz 3. Ooh, I definitely want to get to that. But first, just for consistency, I do want to go up back to where I was before, the holding labs. Finish that up. The Sholai mage was careless, more careless than the Shaper would ever be. He tried to make a new sort of creation without any sort of armed support. Death was his reward. You notice markings on his arm. You look closer, you see that the body has a deep tan, numerous scars, a brass earring, and numerous tattoos with nautical themes. This powerful wizard, dabbler in your sacred secrets, was a mere sailor. Then the powers in this place, almost overnight, gave him incredible power, without control and without training. Fascinating and dangerous. Okay, so that's another place to find a... Oh, what do you know? Another place to find one of your tools. You need a Helix Glove Embracer, or that Feisty Slap Glove Embracer to charge it up. Man, I can barely talk right now. But I think I already been here before. I just ignored it last time. Okay, get these pods up. In hindsight, I wonder if I can... create a cryo drake again. And why don't we go back to Pintail? Okay, that only gives me 8 essence, so to work with. Ah, whatever. Let's go back to the holding cells now. Which I partially completed. These lab notebooks are full of noted observations, all a century old. Creations put into this block of cells were constantly watched and evaluated. Shapers carefully noted the results of their experiments. The creations, once they broke free from their cells, took out a good deal of their rage on these books, shredding and burning them. The fragments that remain reveal a chilling array of grisly experiments and horrible and painful mutations. You are but an apprentice. This is the closest you have ever been to the inner workings of Shaper research. Some of the more unpleasant descriptions make you feel a little ill. Get some more coins. Essence pods. Okay, the part where I died last time was to that stupid pylon. Protecting the shade. Alright, that was the slain servant mind. Oop. That was where the nutrients are. Wait, can we turn off the pylon? Nope, it's still on. Well, I knew that was going to happen, but it is what it is. This case contains a bunch of decaying records, some old quill pens, and some trash. Under some crumbling sheets of parchment, you find a key. You take it and leave the trash. A blast of heat hits you when you step into this narrow tunnel. It's a hot, dry access shaft. Small tunnels run through the walls and ceiling, delivering warm, fresh air to the rest of the complex. It's amazing that all this is still working. It's a testament to the quality of Shaper design and the industriousness of the servant mines who maintain the equipment. However, it's also a very dangerous place in which to wander around. Okay, then we won't. This is the Shade, an insubstantial sub-life form worked from essence by a Shaper to gather information to explore dangerous areas. They are held together by magic, not biological processes. They are very difficult to make. This Shade says, "You are a Shaper. I can speak with you. I am a Shade. I was made by Danette. I was made to give information about this complex when it is reopened." What did you want to tell me? Danette knew that, whether or not Sucia Island was unbarred, someone would eventually return to interact with the Geneforge. The Geneforge was operational when Danette left. It was expected to remain so for many years. What should I know about the Geneforge? It should not be destroyed. It is an incredible invention. Its use must be carefully controlled, but its power guarantees that Shapers will perpetually hold dominion over the lesser people of this world. How could I use a Geneforge? You should not without the explicit permission of the Shaper Council. The power you get will be overpowering. You must be carefully controlled. How could I destroy the Geneforge? You should not. It is the greatest invention of the Shaper people. Its power and promise must not be cast away. The Shaper Council ordered it destroyed. In that case, you could deactivate it with the matching control rod. My records indicate that one such rod was left behind on Sucia Island. Where is it? I am sorry, I'm basically a recording of Danette's instructions. I cannot provide analysis of events which have taken place since my creation. Where might I find out where it is? Records of the disposition of all major items left on Sucia Island after the barring were left in Kazg. Are those records still there? I am sorry, I am basically a recording of Danette's instructions. I cannot provide an analysis of events which have taken place since my creation. The Shade repeats, "You are a Shaper. I can speak with you. I am a Shade. I was made by Danette. I was made to give information about this complex when it is reopened." It sounds exactly the same as it did when he first encountered it. Why was this island barred? Our skill at shaping had grown to the point where any person could, in an instant, gain incredible power. We could rewrite the very scrolls of life, remaking people to give them incredible powers of magic. Danette said that this made the Shaper Council afraid. They felt that this power could never truly be controlled. They were so paranoid that they even thought outsiders could steal our powers. Didn't outsiders eventually use this island to gain our powers? I am sorry. I am basically a recording of Danette's instructions. I cannot provide analysis of events which have taken place since my creation. What happened to them? I am sorry. Who was Danette? Danette was one of the 3 Shapers in charge of this island. She was the director of research. Karada was in charge of supplies, power, and equipment. Defnaya operated the school and took care of the other administrative duties. Danette wishes it to be known that she was a true genius and author of Sucia Island's greatness. Noted. It is likely that Sucia Island was restored to greatness before Danette died. The research here is too important. If the Shaper Council remains a pack of useless fools, make sure her achievements are not forgotten. What can you tell me about the Shalai? I am sorry. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Don't worry any further about that then. Oh, hell no, I'm not dealing with a bunch of pylons. That must be a way to get to the rest of this area without... If you wanted to use stealth and go the pacifist route. I'm not investing in that, forget that. I guess we're pretty much done here then. There's a couple things here. Oh, that door can't open. That door can't open either. Okay, so why don't we go head out here then? Because I know this path also has pylons as well. And, yeah, let's do the research quarters here. Why did that freaking guard have a... The Live Warrior had a freaking monster growl. See, that one does too. What the heck? Alright, I don't really care about that reaching right now. Let me first go back to Pinto. Let's just see if we can make a few trades here. I mean, that leaves me with only 6 essence, but... So much screeching. You know what, I probably should just go ahead and just stick with 2 instead of 3. Because I need that. Get out of here with that. Okay, put all this in there. Alright, get out of here. enemy. Oh, up here. We have a lot of people coming after us now. Get out of here. More coins. I probably should go ahead and sell my items I have. To be honest. I'm starting to build up a lot of loot. Oh. They're doing so much screeching. Fortunately, I'm strong enough to take them on. Glass crystal. This chest is full of mica sheets, all of them dating from before Cecilia Island was abandoned. Each sheet is etched with records of creation experiments. Each experiment involved bombarding an existing creature with magical energy, attempting to modify it. Very few of the experiments made beneficial changes. Most of the time, the results were gruesome. These sheets have been undisturbed. The Shalai don't have the training necessary to use the information on them. Master's Chambers. Then the wardenette was scratched out and replaced with Trashkov. Oh, bullcrap. The cabinet contains a pair of gloves. They are heavily torn. You are about to close the case again when you realize that the gloves are not mere inert leather. You pick them up and inspect them. They are shaping gloves. The leather is shot through with crystal fibers and tiny, delicate tubes. They are designed not just to protect, but to be a power conduit, ready to channel energy and essence into and out of the user. These tools are very rare and difficult to make. This set is beyond repair. You could make cosmetic changes to them to make them look nice again, but you could never get them to function. Shaping gloves are very rare, powerful, and delicate. They are too valuable, even in this state, to leave in some dusty cabinet. You take them. Get out of here. They really don't let up in this section, do they? This is Trashkov's journal. It is surprisingly short. You open it and begin to read. His large vocabulary, twisted syntax, and bad handwriting make it slow going, but you find one section of great interest. Goetsch has fled, and he took the gauntlets with him. Plans to lure another Shaper here have begun, but they will take time. I am furious. Now I not only need guidance and assistance, but I need to regain the gloves. The other gloves, the ones I still have, are too damaged, I think. Goetsch said they could not be repaired, but he may be wrong. He was clear on one point, though. Only with the gloves may the power of the Geneforge be mastered. I will succeed, I will gain the power, and Goetsch will be the first pay. If I do not kill him, one of my agents will. The cabinet contains personal effects, random debris of a life at sea. At first, it looks like there is little value. Then you notice something poking out from under an old, salt-encrusted wool cloak. You pick it up. It's an entry baton. You've seen them before, but a lowly apprentice was never trusted to actually hold one. They serve both as a key and as a badge of honor. They are used to gain access to secure areas. You leave it here, it is identical to the one you already own. Ooh, so that's another way to get an entry baton, I think. This section, but you would have to wait till late in the game, pretty much. I have so many dang spore batons, though. Loga cow. Ooh, that guy's actually pretty strong. We might have to. Yeah. Team. Took him out. Fight, huh? probably should just go ahead and sell all this stuff in my junk bag, because it's building up, and I don't think we'll need a whole lot of money further on. Ooh, the Geneforge is just right up there. Okay. But we're still going to need... The section of the research quarters is a ruin, smashed and hollowed out by reptilian fire and massive claws. In the middle of the rubble, you see a massive ancient drake, possibly as old as this complex. When the drake sees you, it says, "Come closer, let us speak. But do not trifle with my nest, or I must defend the honor of my horde." This drake is ancient. His skin is faded and cracked, and his wings are torn. Yet his age has not left him weak. His eyes are alert and his joints are supple. He is easily old enough to have known the Shapers before they left. When he sees you, he nods his head, a gesture of respect. "Ah, a Shaper. Yes, it has been long. Yes, I am a Cot. I greet you in peace, as long as you do not trifle with my nest." "Greetings, creation. I require your assistance." Cot chuckles. You see no trace of obedience in his eyes. "Shaper, your kind lost my respect when you fled this isle. You abandoned me. I see no reason to follow you. I am not one of the pitiful sub-drakes you see here." "What do you mean by pitiful sub-drakes?" "The Shalai. They make drakes. They are around, but I am an original. Ancient and learned, made by a master shaper with my own will. Do not confuse me with them. And I ask for your assistance. You are polite. For a shaper, I will give you little help, but I will let you pass in peace. What is your job here?" "I was set by your kind to guard this place. I lost interest. I breed at times, and set my spawn to find homes on the isle. And of late I trade knowledge with the Shalai. They are a poor substitute for the Shapers. What they will do. You have assisted the outsiders?" "Some, yes. I was bored, and their struggles interested me." "You've met no other Shapers?" "No, a Shaper named Goetsch was here for a time. He left without talking to me." "Who created you?" "I was called from Essence by Danette herself, master researcher of this island." The Cot idly picks at his withered scale with his claw. He doesn't seem impressed by you in the least, but he is only pretending to ignore you. He is completely alert. "Tell me about this complex." "There is not much you have not seen. To the north is the Geneforge. West of there are holding cells full of robes. To the west, past research, are the vats full of poison." "What do you know of the Geneforge?" "Little. The Shapers, they trusted me little, though they made me from nothing. They told me naught of the Geneforge, for fear I might access it in their absence. I would have looked myself, but the Sholai Loga Cow stopped me." "Loga Cow is dead." "Good. I did not trust her. I knew she was full of treachery. I only wish I could eat her. Alas, the canisters they use make their meat foul." Alright. You know what? Since the game's saved right here, let me go ahead and save the game myself. And I'll see you on the next part.